Hello bookish people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan, and today's video we are going over all the books that I want to read for the end of the year. This is kind of a TBR, but not really, because these are new releases that aren't even out yet, but these are all the books that I have on my radar I want to buy, maybe I'll buy, although my physical TBR is literally screaming at me to not buy these books, but then my mind is like, pure happiness will be you buying these books. So let's talk about the new releases coming out in July. Number 1 is Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. This one is coming out July 18th. I am so excited for this. I have read all of Chloe Gong's work before and loved it. I love the Thieves of Violent Delights duology. I love Foul Lady Fortune. I'm so excited for the sequel for that to come out also this year. I'm excited about this one because it is going to be her first adult novel. I feel like if you read her previous work, it doesn't feel very YA. There's a complex political system and you have your world building and you have this like beautiful relationship and romance. So honestly, like if you just take those books and you add smut in it, then it would be adult, right? So I feel like that's what this is going to be. It's going to be just as amazing as their YA ones, but add smut and spice and everything nice, and I'm excited for it. I know it's an Antony and Cleopatra Shakespearean retelling. I know nothing about their story. In high school, when Shakespeare came around, I completely tuned out, zoned out. I was a no fear Shakespeare girl. I needed to read like the modern day English side because I have no idea what Shakespeare is trying to say. So I know it's an Antony and Cleopatra retelling. Do I have any idea what that means or what that concept is? No. I don't care. I'm going in blind. I'm going to enjoy my time, and Chloe Gong will not let me down. I already know. I don't even have to be like, oh, I hope this lives up to the hype in my brain. No, like I already know Chloe Gong is going to deliver. The next book is a thriller horror novel. It is also coming out July 18th, and that is Cutting Teeth by Chandler Baker. This book, you're following a group of mommies. They have their toddlers in preschool, and then a medical condition starts circulating the preschool where all the toddlers are craving blood, and then a teacher ends up dead, and there's only 10 toddlers in the room when she dies, and now they are all suspects. And oh my god, this is exactly the horror novel I need in my life. Little vampire children in a preschool. Give it to me. I'm obsessed. I cannot wait for this book to come out. Like, it just sounds so much fun. Like, this is the horror that I'm here for. I feel like I read so many synopsises of horror novels and I'm just like not interested. Like Bunny by Mona Awad, that is the horror I'm here for. Like little children vampires murdering people, that is the horror I'm here for. So I'm excited, and look at this cover. Okay, like this is giving me domestic thriller horror vampire vibes. Like I'm all about it. Let's go. And honestly, maybe like blood might not just be vampires, maybe they're zombies. I don't know, but I'm excited. The next book I'm going to talk about is A Twisted Love Story by Samantha Downing. This is also coming out July 18th, and this gives me very similar vibes to My Lovely Wife. I mean, she's also the author of My Lovely Wife, so like it gives me vibes in the sense it's the same author, but like the plot itself gives me vibes. My Lovely Wife, we're following a old married couple, but they're serial killers, and this one you're following like a young couple, but it's a super toxic relationship. They have the most like intense breakups and the most intense makeups, but then one night something goes too far, and now a detective is on the case, and they're like, oh god, she's our common enemy now. Like, we cannot be fighting each other anymore because she is enemy number 1. We gotta go after her. So it just sounds super toxic with murder, and I'm just here for it. It just sounds really interesting. I loved My Lovely Wife. That was a really fun mystery thriller, so I feel like I'm going to really enjoy this one as well. The next book we're going to talk about is Everyone Here is Lying by Sherry Lapina. This one's also coming out in the month of July, and I am a Sherry Lapina girly. If you look at my shelf, I got 4 Sherry Lapina books right here. Out of the 4 of them, I have read 3 of them, and the ratings have gone respectively a 3-star, a 4-star, and a 5-star. So I am a Sherry Lapina stan. I think she has really fun mystery thrillers. This one is a domestic thriller. You're following this guy, and he is having an affair with a mistress, right? He's cheating on his wife with a mistress, and they have a bad breakup at a motel. So he goes home in the middle of the day, and surprisingly his daughter is there. She's not in school, and she's like a young daughter, like under 10, I would say. And then he gets really angry, and then the synopsis changed to, then she goes missing and everyone's hiding a secret. I don't know why I did that voice, but I'm excited. I love Sherry Lapina. I love her domestic thrillers, and I'm just very excited for this one. Now we're moving on to August, and the first book is Masters of Death by Olivia Blake, and this one comes out August 8th. Now this one's a bit of a weird one because technically it's not a new release. She has already published this as a self-published book, but when the Atlas 6 blew up and Tor Publishing picked it up, they also bought her backlist as well, and they have been publishing them sporadically throughout the year. So they just published one for Our Enemy, one for My Enemy, and now they are publishing Masters of Death. Oh, and then Alone with You in the Ether, they also published this year as well. So she's just had a ton of new releases this year. This one though is like the most interesting out of all of them to me because it is a vampire story, and I love a good vampire story. So you're following this girl who is a vampire. She's also a real estate agent, but she can't sell the house that she currently has listed because it's haunted by a ghost. So she has to enlist the help of a medium to communicate with the ghost, to tell the ghost, hey, you gotta leave because like I'm trying to sell the house here. So it just sounds like a fun novel, and I'm excited for it, right? Like you have ghosts and vampires in a medium. Like, come on, tell me what's better than that. The next book is coming out at the end of August 29th, and it is The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This book is so confusing to me because I thought it was supposed to be a trilogy. I thought it was supposed to be done, and then when I saw the announcement for this book, I was 99% excited, 1% confused. If you read the synopsis of the book, it seems to be focused more on the brothers and Avery herself. And specifically in the synopsis, it has a big emphasis on Jameson and Grayson, and then Avery is not even named in the synopsis at all. She is named as the girl who inherited their grandfather's fortune. Regardless, I'm excited. I'm going to read it. I did think this was funny. I was looking at the reviews on Goodreads and someone said, what in the unnecessary sequel is this? And it just made me laugh. Even though like I'm a Inheritance Game stan, like that just made me laugh. It cannot make you laugh. And she was getting hate on Goodreads for it, like in the comments, but I'm like, lol, kind of funny. But I still love it. I'm not a hater. Now we're moving on to the month of September, and the first one we're going to talk about is The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman. As you can see here, I am a Thursday Murder Club stan, although I haven't read the third one yet. I haven't done it yet. I need to do it, haven't done it yet. I've read the first two, really enjoyed them, so I really need to read the third one before I could say I'm excited for the fourth one. But so far, all of them have been either 4 or 5-star reads. Like, they're just so much fun. It is about this group of senior citizens, and they have the Thursday Murder Club in their retirement community where they gather around and they talk about cold cases and they try to solve them because, like, well, what else is there to do when you're like 80 years old? So actually, I don't even know if they're 80. They might be 60 or 70. I don't know. They're just senior citizens, but they gather around, they talk about cold cases. And in the first book, you're following like a real active case that happens at their retirement community, and they're on the case. And then the second one is also chaotic, and I don't want to say because of spoilers. I believe the third one actually revolves around a cold case, and I did not read the synopsis for the fourth one because I don't want to spoil the third one because I haven't read it yet. But I'm still excited for the fourth one, and I will still probably buy it even if I haven't read the third one. The next September book I am dying to read is Starter Villain by John Scalzi. This is just supposed to be a fun sci-fi book. He is the author of the Kaiju Preservation Society, which is a book I absolutely loved. If you look at his backlist and you look at his previous work, he seems to be a more serious sci-fi author, but then he wrote the Kaiju Preservation Society for fun. He said 2020 was a hard time and we just needed something lighthearted and fun and not so serious, and that book I think did so well for him, and he's like, okay, let's continue on this fun sci-fi trend. And you know what, I am here for it, John Scalzi, because I give the Kaiju Preservation Society 5 stars and made me realize I like sci-fi, and I am not a sci-fi girl, okay, but you made me love the genre. So this one, you're following our main character, and he inherits his uncle's supervillain business. They have a lair under a volcano, and he's like, okay, this is all supervillain things, these are all things I would expect, but what he doesn't expect is the management of the supervillain company are all sentient, computer savvy cats. Cats are what's running the supervillain company, and I love it. I'm so excited. It seems a little silly. It seems like a lot sillier than the Kaiju Preservation Society, but like, I'm gonna give it a chance. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't love the cover just because like it's a real cat in a suit, and like, I'm not somebody who likes like animal heads and like people clothes, like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean, like the vibes of these things, like I don't like it, but I like the plot and I like the author, so we're gonna try it. I hope this is another 5-star. And here we go. We'll add another sci-fi book to my repertoire of sci-fi books that I can recommend. The next book coming out in September is The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. Now, this takes place in the darker shades of magic world. I have not read the original trilogy, so like, I haven't read the synopsis for this one because like, I don't know if there's any spoilers in the synopsis. I mean, like, I don't think so, but like, who can say? I don't want to risk it. I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I absolutely loved it, obsessed with it, like to the point where I want to get the little like star like map freckle thing. Like, I want to get that tattooed on me. Like, I'm obsessed with Addie LaRue. So when she was coming out with the new release, I was like, I want to read it. I'm like, oh, Darker Shades of Magic World, I can't read it. So the only logical thing for me to do was buy the entire Darker Shades of Magic trilogy so I can binge it before this one comes out, because like, I want to read it. Okay, the next book coming out in September 26th is Vowel, Heart, Huntsman by Chloe Gong. Oh my god, this is the conclusion to a Vowel Lady Fortune duology. Is it gonna be a duology? I don't know. I should double check that. It is gonna be a duology, okay? It's like, I should double check that before I just go saying things. Okay, so this is the ending to the duology. I am so excited, although I definitely need to read Vowel Lady Fortune before reading this book, because like, it's been a year. I forgot everything, and it hasn't even actually been a full year yet. By the time this comes out, it will have been a full year. And if I already forgot it now, I definitely will not remember it then. So I need to reread the first book, but I am very excited for this one. I'm not going to go into the synopsis because obviously the synopsis does have spoilers for the way the first book ends. So if you haven't even read Vowel Lady Fortune, don't read the synopsis of the second one because you will be spoiled for the first book. But I am so excited, especially the ending of Vowel Lady Fortune. I don't remember much, but I remember the ending. I remember the cliffhanger, and I need this book in my hands right now. September 26th is just like the day for fantasy. We have V.E. Schwab's new book coming out. We have the last book I talked about, Chloe Kong's book, coming out. And we also have Shelby Mahurin's new book coming out, The Scarlet Veil. This is the book that takes place in the same world as the Serpent and Dove trilogy. So if you haven't read that trilogy, go read it. It is so much fun. You have Serpent and Dove, Blood and Honey, then Gods and Monsters. That is a trilogy about a witch who is forced to marry a witch hunter, and he doesn't know that she's a witch, and it's super fun. And in this book, you're following a main character that you really get to know well in Gods and Monsters, which is Celie. You follow Celie and Jean-Luc in this book, The Scarlet Veil, but instead of witches, the focus of this book is vampires. It says a dark and thrilling vampire romance set in the world of the Serpent and Dove series. I'm so excited. The only thing that I'm not liking about this book, before I even read it, is the fact that it's 320 pages. When the Serpent and Dove trilogy was all like longer books, like 400 plus pages, why is this one so short? Like, why? Shelby Mahurin, like, you can give me 500 pages. I will happily read it because I ate up that trilogy and I rated most of them, I think, 5 stars. Maybe I rated all of them 5 stars. Maybe I wasn't being super critical and I was just going for the vibes and the feelings, and all my feelings were 5 stars. Like, critically, are they 5 stars? Probably not. But feelings-wise, they were 5-star books. So why is it only 320 pages? Regardless, though, I'm excited. Why do I need to say that I'm excited? Like, you obviously know I'm excited, or else I wouldn't be talking about these books. Now we are getting into October, which has the most amount of books in it that I want to read. And we're starting off with number 1, which is Secret Project number 4. And as I'm saying it, I'm realizing I forgot to talk about Secret Project number 3 for July. But Secret Project number 3 is coming out in July. Secret Project number 4 is coming out in October. And that's really all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to get into plot. I'm not going to get into titles because I know people are really sensitive to spoilers for these secret projects. So just know, if you're a part of the Kickstarter, you're going to get the Kindle version October 1st. I'm excited for it. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Coming out October 3rd is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. She is the author of the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. Now, this is a YA fantasy trilogy I have never read, but this is going to be an adult novel. It's going to be an adult romance, fantasy, romantasy novel. It takes place in the Kingdom of the Wicked world, but I don't believe you have to read those books in order to read this one. But I'm just going to read you like some of the blurbs from the synopsis. Like, these are the things that captured me. It says, seductive new standalone novel. Seductive, okay, it's going to be spicy. We're here for it. It says, perfect for readers of fantasy, romance, and mystery alike. I am a mystery thriller girly. I'm a romance girly. I am a fantasy girly. Like, all those things call to me. And then it talks about, so we have like the Prince of Envy. And then it says, okay, it says, from glittering demon courts to the sultry vampire realm and all encounters with exiled fae. Like, I just, that little blurb, little sentence, I was like, okay, if you're checking off that box, check off that box, check off that box, I am here for it. I don't think I will read Kingdom of the Wicked going into it because that's never a series I had much interest in. But this book I do have interest in. Everyone might hate me for mentioning this next book because, like, I'm talking about Christmas in summertime, but it is Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. This one is coming out October 3rd. This is her second Christmas novel. The first one was Window Shopping, which I believe is a self-published novel, and this one is more her traditionally published romance novel. So yeah, I am super excited to read this. I have no idea what it's about other than it's like Tessa Bailey. Honestly, I didn't want to read the synopsis, okay? Like, I'm not trying to have Christmas vibes right now, but she's coming out with a Christmas book. We're talking about new releases. Like, I have to mention it. Like, I can't leave her off the list. Then on October 4th, we have Spy Family Volume 10. I am so excited. We got Spy Family Volume 9 earlier this year. I bought it. I haven't read it yet, but I bought it, and I will definitely read it before Volume 10 comes out, or I might wait for Volume 10 to come out and binge it, because, like, the way I've been reading the Spy Family, like, series is I've been binging 2 of them at a time. Like, 1 month I binged 1 and 2, then 3 and 4, then 5 and 6, then 7 and 8. And so I feel like, you know, it's just better to read 2 at a time. So I'll probably read number 9 when I get number 10 in my hands, do a little binge day of reading Spy Family, because it is such a fun series. I feel like I haven't talked about it in a while because I haven't read one of them in a while. But basically, you're following the Forger family. You have Lloyd, who is a spy, and for his mission, he needs to get into this private school to get close to his next target, but he's a spy. He doesn't have a family, so he is on a mission to find a fake wife. So then he meets Yor, who he thinks is just this nice little lovely lady who works for the county government, but actually she's an assassin, but he doesn't know that she's an assassin, and she doesn't know that he's a spy. So they both have secret identities that the other one doesn't know about, and then Lloyd adopts a daughter so he can get into the school. So he goes to the I'm looking for the word, orphanage, and he adopts Anya, who is a telepath, so she can read minds. So she can read their minds, so she knows exactly who they are. She's like, oh, I know you're an assassin, and I know you're a spy, but again, neither of them know that she's a telepath. So it's just super fun. I love this series. It's just such a joy to read, and then to watch the anime after you read it is also a super fun experience as well. So you should join Spy Family and read these books. The next book I'm looking forward to is Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and this one comes out October 3rd. And in this book, you are following our two main characters, and they have a one-night stand, and then I think there's like some time apart after that, and then they reconnect because they're both camp counselors at a camp, and there's just like tension, right? There's sizzling tension because they had a one-night stand, and it's a bit of a forbidden romance because there's also a no fraternization. Sorry, I had to say it correctly, I really gotta slow it down. There is a no fraternization policy at the summer camp, so it's a bit of a forbidden romance, and then there's that tension because they have the one night stand, and this is like a second chance romance, I guess, kind of. I'm not a second chance romance girl, but what I have learned from second chance romances is I do enjoy them if it's like a one night stand type of second chance situation. But if it's like, oh, we were in a long-term relationship and we broke up and now we're back into a long-term relationship, those I don't really like. And honestly, look at the cover, it's adorable, like adorable. I just bought Icebreaker, if you saw that, in my Target book haul, so we'll see if I really am a Hannah Grace fan or not, depending on how that book goes, as if I will buy this one or not. The next book coming out October 10th is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I am so excited for this book. So currently I am reading the Mortal Instrument series, and by currently I mean have been for the past 2 years. And I just have to read City of Heavenly Fire. I'm done with that series, and I can move on to Dark Artifices, Eldest Cursals, Infernal Devices, like everything, right? I want to read the whole Shadowhunter world, but it's a lot. It's an ambitious project to undertake. So she's coming out with this book, and I am so excited because I can actually read this book by her. I can actually read a Cassandra Clare new release and not have to read the whole Shadowhunter world to do it, because this book does not take place in the Shadowhunter world. This is her starting a whole new fantasy journey, a whole new fantasy world, and I am super excited to read this one. I don't know if this one's going to be young adult or adult, but I assume it'd be young adult because all her other stuff is young adult. The only reason I say that is because on Goodreads it tags as fantasy, young adult, then adult. So I don't know, but either way, I'm excited. And this one is going to be a big one at 597 pages. The next book I want to read is Murder in Mammon by Mia P. Manansala, and this one comes out October 17th. This is the 4th book in the Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mystery series, and this series is just a ton of fun. It is just a cozy mystery series that takes place in the small town of Shady Palms. There is a romance with a dentist and a cop, and it's just fun, okay? There's a bunch of family vibes in there, lots of food vibes in there. If you want like great recipes, I believe Arsenic and the Jobo, this is the first book, I believe it has recipes in the back of the book. So I don't know if the other ones do because I only own this one, but yeah, it has like recipes in the back of the book as well. So yeah, I really like this cozy mystery series, and it has recipes, so it's just a fun time. I'm excited to read the 4th one. And lastly, on October 17th, the last book that is coming out is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which you're like, Megan, that book already came out. I know, but look at the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition that I pre-ordered. It has sprayed edges and it's beautiful, and this edition is coming out October 17th, okay? It's already pre-ordered, it's already coming in the mail, like, I'm excited. I'm gonna get rid of the edition I currently have, replace it with this one, because look at those sprayed edges. They're absolutely gorgeous. And now I need Barnes & Noble to do the Final Gambit and the Hawthorne Legacy. Yes, I know I said those out of order, but I need Barnes & Noble to do the other 2 books to look like this, so I can have all beautiful editions with sprayed edges. That's all we want, Barnes & Noble. It's all we want. Now, moving into November, there are 2 books that I desperately want to read in the month of November. The first one being Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Did you guys really think I was going to do this video and not talk about Iron Flame? Oh my god. The way 4th Wing ended, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, what the heck is going on? I am so excited. Where is the next book? And Rebecca Yarros is like, here you guys go. I will give it to you guys in November. No need to wait a whole year. Take it in November. And I was like, okay, Rebecca Yarros, I see you. And I'm excited for it, and we are getting a cover reveal for this book on June 22nd. Mark your calendars. I don't know when this video is going up, but mark your calendars. Cover reveal coming June 22nd. I would put the cover here, but like I think I'm going to be posting this video literally right before June 22nd, which is unfortunate, but go look it up yourselves. And the last book I want to read coming out in November comes out November 7th, and it's Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood, and this is her first young adult romance novel, and I am so excited. See, like, I'm not one for YA romance anymore, but if it's from an adult author that I love and they're venturing into the YA space, okay, I will follow you along for the journey. I will read it. So in this one, you're following our 2 main characters, and they are chess rivals. Chess rivals to lovers? Are you kidding me? It sounds so cute. I'm excited. I really didn't read the synopsis. I just saw the cover. I saw rivals to lovers. I saw Allie Hazelwood's name on it, and I was like, okay, say less. I will read it. Now we are moving on to December, and the first book is a book I already have pre-ordered, and that is Bloodguard by Ceci Robson. So this book, I don't know anything about it. I pre-ordered it based on the looks. I bought it based on the cover. Actually, when they say don't judge a book by its cover, I don't. I judge a book by its edges. This has sprayed edges and it is beautiful, and that is why I bought it. And honestly, how smart, because this company is the same publisher, Red Tower Books, that published Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And like, how smart of them to look at what Fairy Loot is doing, look what Illumicrate is doing, and then apply that to their books. And they're only doing them to first edition runs of the books, so that it creates a sense of urgency with us, the readers, as us, the buyers, to go out and buy these books, because we want to get those editions before they sell out, because we know on the reprint they won't do them. Like, from a marketing perspective, that is so smart and it's so fascinating to me. And yeah, it worked on me. They cracked the code on how to make my wallet go to zero, how to make my bank account go negative, because I'm obsessed with these sprayed edge edition books. And I'm definitely, if I didn't have a book buying problem before, I definitely am going to have a book buying problem now once all the publishing companies start doing this. And then lastly, coming out in December is Heartstopper Volume 5. There's like no synopsis for this. I have no idea what this installment is going to be about, but I love the first 4 books in the Heartstopper series, and I am just really excited for the 5th one. And then I think I saw somewhere on Twitter that this is the 5th one, and then the 6th one is going to be the final one, which breaks my heart and it makes me so sad that this is coming to an end. But yeah, I have really been enjoying the Heartstopper series, and I am excited to be reunited with Nick and Charlie in December. So those are all the books that I want to read that are coming out in the last half of the year. Those are all the new releases that I am interested in. So if you guys enjoyed this video, comment down below. Let me know what you're looking forward to. Is there any new releases that I missed that you are looking forward to and that I did not put on this list? Let me know down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe. Bye!